Hey, it's Brennan with RV Traveling with Six. I thought I'd share our solar install with you today. We got it done back in October of last year. Uh, Many people that have questions of whether solar is worth it. For us, it is, for many factors. But we'll go over that here in a little bit. So there were several reasons why we got solar. I'm going to go ahead and get my notes up so that way I don't leave anything out. One of the biggest reasons was the low power in the Thousand Trails parks. For the ones that have been following us, you know we're Thousand Trails members. A lot of them don't offer 50 amp. They only have 30 amp access. And on top of that, if there's a lot of people in the park, you may not be able to get a true 30 amp. So with the solar system we have, I'm able to pull from my battery bank. And what that allows me to do, if it's got 30 amp service, I can actually pull an extra 15 from my battery bank to bring me up to 45. And that's plenty for us to run. We can be running both air conditions, plus washing a load of clothes, electric hot water heater, and of course everybody watching TV or anything else. The second reason we got it was the cost reduction. We do have an onboard generator, but as y'all know, that if you're running the generator constantly, especially on like travel days trying to keep the rig cool, you're going to start adding up on your fuel cost. The third thing is having the independence. Boondocking or anything else, I don't have to worry about plugging in or running the generator as we're traveling. I got sunlight coming in as long as it's a good sunny day. Another reason is longer stays. If we're boondocking, a good example is when we went to the RV show down in Tampa. We stayed all 5 nights down in Tampa boondocking. We only cranked the generator up at night to top off the batteries because we had Roscoe inside. Of course, we're going to run the air condition, but I didn't have to run the generator during the day. So that's a huge plus. Noise restrictions. There's a lot of parks out there, like BML Land or anything else that might have a noise reduction. Then you might not even be able to run your generator. Others might have quiet time, so you're only able to run the generator from like 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So that's something else to keep in your mind. So what can we run on solar and what can't we? For the biggest part, we can run practically anything we want in the rig. We can't run the second air in the bedroom because it'd pull way too much. And of course, we don't have a easy start on that air condition. We just have one installed on the front air. That's where our heat pump's installed. So it makes it nice when we're traveling and it's cold outside. We can just throw on the heat pump, warm it up instead of having to use the furnace to waste propane. But as far as everything else, the residential fridge is constantly running. If we use the convection oven or the microwave combo, that'll pull some. As far as the house batteries, I mean, we have 6 lithium-ion battle-born batteries. And as long as we have a pretty good amount of sunlight constantly bringing in some bolts there, then we're fine. So I was going to show you all that I got the breakers and everything turned off on the outside, and then I'll chunk up footage of the phone going into the Victron app, demonstrating the power being turned off and what the difference is. There's not a heavy load on right now. Well, we got the washer and dryer on, running a load through it. I'll include that footage in here. And I got the air conditioner running on low on the front. The rear air is turned off. So as you can see, both breakers are turned off, both the 30 amp and the 50 amp. So let's go ahead and take a look at the app. So we're in the app. We'll go ahead and take a look at our current solar coming in. So we're going to go into the MPPT. So we got 948 watts coming in. It's a pretty sunny day. So as you can see, we're bringing in roughly about 32 amps. That's being converted over from volts. So let's go ahead and switch over and I'll show you the MBV 712. I have to move a little bit closer to my dongle. Alright, so right now we're at 98% on the batteries. Of course, I've been running the air and the washer for a little bit before I started recording. So right now, you can see the wash cycle's on. We're drawing, bouncing around, but roughly in between 100 to 150 amps. And the volts is 12.8384. And running at this capacity, as you can see on the time remaining, it's about 2 hours and 58 minutes. Of course, when we're out and about boondocking or anything else, we wouldn't be doing a load to close because the washer is going to use quite a bit of water. So right now we're running the washer, running a load through it, and I get the front air condition on low. I'm going to show you all everything that we got running right now. So what kind of equipment do we have? So for the roof, we have 4 315 watt panels. That's 1260 watts total. The charge controller, we have the MPPT 150-100. That pulls everything that we need. If we did upgrade adding more panels, we'd have to get another one of those, but we're definitely fine with what we have. So we also have the multi plus. It's a 12 volt 3000 120. I run that along the side with our factory inverter. It's a 2000 watt. You'll see that in the video. I'll be doing a walk around tour so y'all can see the outside, and then plus where the batteries are stored. And then also we got 6 Battleborn batteries. Those are 100 amp hour batteries. And to give you a little details on the installation, so we reached out to Mike Purdue. They're the dry campers. I'll leave a link down below if you'd like to follow them. They do have a YouTube channel, and they also have Facebook and Instagram, I believe. So one of the great things about Mike is that when you make contact with him, he's not doing it off of numbers. He's wanting to know what you're doing. What do you want to be able to run off of solar? What's your idea? If you're just wanting it to trickle charge your batteries and not have it plugged in for storage, that'd be a total different setup from what we have. We wanted to be independent, be able to run everything in the rig that we could, and so that's how we got our system outfitted the way we did. So Another great thing about Mike is when you first get on site, and of course he's going to get your make and model of your rig before you arrive, he goes through the specs and see if he can find any empty space or waste of space in your rig. And what he does, he tries to limit the loss of storage, because most of y'all know if you're full timing, you don't have much storage in your rig already, so you really don't want to lose anything to gain solar, or you really can't afford it. So that's another great benefit about Mike. In our rig in particular, I didn't lose any space whatsoever with the batteries. The batteries were installed underneath our bed, which is on a slide, but only the top half of the bed actually goes in and out. He opened up the bed up, and there was actually a panel over it. They had some wiring. It was real messy, so he went in there and straightened that up and was actually able to fit all 6 batteries in there. So we didn't lose any space on it, and then that was another huge plus. Anybody that knows about the lithium ion batteries, once it reaches 32 degrees, they won't charge or put any output. So having them in a climate control environment, which it's going to stay warm or cool anyway from us living in it, you're not going to have any issues with that. So as far as the inverter, the multi-plus and all that being on the outside, I didn't really lose anything from storage. I only lost where the multi-plus is, and that's roughly about 2 foot. So nothing I was using already, so it turned out great. Another great benefit, Mike's going to walk you around the rig telling you his ideas, so you're not lost during the whole thing. You're not dropping the rig off. He can come to you. They are full-timers. So let's say you still have a house and you're only using the RV for recreational use, or you have a plan to go full-time, but you still have a place. Y'all can make arrangements where he comes to your house so you don't have to take the rig anywhere. But as far as all the plans and everything, you're going to be eye to eye as far as what's going to happen and how it's going to happen. And if there's any problems along that lines, which there wasn't with ours, he'll definitely be there to tell you. If you have any questions or concerns while he's doing the installation, I know when we had ours done, he was constantly telling me what was going on, how he was doing it, what his next step was, and that was awesome. One case being, once I left there, I would have to deal with it, yet I was able to contact him no problem. Every time I had a question, I could pick up the phone, text him, got an answer back the same day. So it's definitely somebody that would stand behind his work, unlike going to a big factory and them doing all the work for you. So, but all right, this is going to wrap up this video. If you have any questions or comments, please ask down below. Give us a thumbs up if you like. If you like to see more of our content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'll be leaving the Dry Campers information down below, so feel free to reach out to them and contact them about your solar install, or if you just have questions in general. So be sure to let them know that RV Traveling is Sick sent you that way. Thank you.